So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector. And today I'm joined by Torsten. He plays guitars in the German powerhouse band, I would say power metal band, Brainstorm. And they're about to release a new album February 28th called, I think it's Plague of Rats, and it's going to be their first album through Raining Phoenix Music. So, Torsten, how are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and today, as we speak, you also just released a new music video.
Yes, the Shepherd Girl, Gita Govinda.
Yeah, really interesting. And this whole album, there's a lot of themes of in like an Indian type of culture. So I was like, you guys being from German and Germany, like, how did you get into that type of like Indian culture and customs? Because when I show the artwork has much to do with that. So I was wondering, as a band from Germany, how did you get into that?
Well, musically, it's all those Eastern, Mid-Eastern
Middle
India
Eastern, yeah.
scales and chord progressions and harmonies and instruments is something that I'm very interested in for a long time. So we always had quite a few songs and solos or riffs that have been inspired by that, even in the beginning, in the demo tape times. So, but I think uh, uh, when Brainstorm got known for those kind of Eastern influences, was first on the Soul Temptation album back in 2003. So we had the Soul Temptation, the album title, of course, and Soul Temptation was part of a trilogy where we first brought that very much into focus. So but we also had Maharaja Palace, a song on ambiguity back in 2000, and throughout the albums it was something like we have been very much enjoying using it. And Andy, for example, is very much interested in different cultures, and one of them, of course, and it's one of the biggest cultures. It's India, and not only that. So he's very interested in culture and history in general, and that's why we love to play with those topics because we find it very interesting, not only musically, even lyrically as well. And for Plague of Rats, it was like we had the album cover at the very early stage of the songwriting. And we have a great cover artist, Gyula from Hungary. And Andy was working on the album cover with him at the very early stage. And when Andy presented to me the album cover, it was like a kickoff. And
Yeah.
um, I think 15 minutes after I saw the album cover the first time, I had the basic riff for Garuda already written, you know. So this was a huge inspiration for me and for Andy lyrically and for me musically to have the album cover and to get inspired by this amazing album cover.
Yeah. So since you were talking about the album cover, I had to show it so
Yep.
people can visualize what you're speaking about. So it's interesting because I talked to a lot of bands that first they have the music and then they think about the cover, but you thought about the cover first, and the cover inspired some of the tracks, which pretty cool. So you saw this cover and I think you were talking about, I think it's one of the first singles you released out of this record, right?
Yeah, it was Garuda. Yeah. It's kind of a little bit untypical to have the album cover at such an early stage, you know. But Andy was thinking about some cool stories uh, about India and the culture and so we tried to have the album cover ready at a very early stage, exactly because of that reason. Because can get inspired by an album cover, and this time this is exactly what happened. Besides, yeah, usually, as you said, you write the music, and somewhere in the middle of the songwriting process, or even at the end, you take care of the album cover. But this time it was different, and it was absolutely the right decision.
Yeah, and I have a question. Like, did you give like the artist like what you wanted to convey in the artwork, or did he just came with this on his own?
No, Andy always has um, a very good vision in mind for what he wants to have for the new album and for the new album cover. And Gyula, our cover artist, we work with him. It's the third time we're working with him, and he's just amazing. And he absolutely gets the idea and the descriptions. And yeah, what comes out, you can see on the cover. It's very impressive, I think.
No, yeah, well, and I think it's a good thing. You're working with someone for the third time. He already knows the band, so I think it creates something like he knows what you guys want. And there's a lot of like details in this artwork that it's the type of artwork that you gotta look to catch maybe some Easter eggs, because I'm sure there's some Easter eggs hidden in the artwork. And so the artist, how did he create this? Is this like computer graphics mix, or is this like a painting?
And all the basics are real paintings. It's
Mhm.
he's an amazing cover artist, and so yeah, it's there's a reason for working with somebody for the last three album covers, and anything else we want besides that, stage setup and stage images. He always delivers, you know.
So yeah, it sounds like a great working relationship. So this album per se, listening to it, I don't think it's a concept record per se, but I think there's a lot of like running themes throughout the record. But I'm guessing the singer writes more of the lyrics for the project.
Yes, absolutely. But as Andy and me are the main songwriting partners,
The main songwriting. Mhm.
we know what I know what Andy wants to express with the lyrics and what ideas he has, and the other way around. Andy always knows what I'm working on musically, and then we exchange ideas and we discuss ideas, and we often discuss for hours, even if it's just one chord progression that we change during the process.
Okay. And for this record, you have a few guest vocalists. You have Elina Cirala on Your Soul That Lingers in Me, and from Hell Fishes Alex Cruel. I really like Your Soul That Lingers in Me, and I didn't. I hadn't. I don't know. I didn't know Elina as a vocalist, but she's very good. I don't know which band she's in, but I want to check more of her stuff out. So that's like the power ballad of the record, right?
Yeah, something like that. Although it's uh, uh, we didn't use a ballad for that album, and this was not. Yeah, we wanted to have a fresh and angry album without too many overlengths or too many quiet moments. So,
Mhm.
but it is, as you say, Your Soul Lingers in Me is kind of one of the most melodic tracks on the album that gives you a little bit of time to breathe. And Elena she was the perfect choice. Andy was always thinking about and telling me this song needs female vocals as a level up. And Elena is from Leaves Eyes, and we all love her.
Oh, so I know her. I just didn't know her name.
Yeah, and we all love the way she's singing, and we love her voice, and she absolutely did a perfect job on the song, and it's such a level up when you listen to it, and she gets in at the second verse and on the choruses. Yeah, it's always like listening, and you get goosebumps, and then you know it was the right decision. And
Yeah, I think the song without the female vocals, it wouldn't. like I think the female vocals gave it that extra, like we say, icing on the cake,
Absolutely.
like to make it like stand out there. And yeah, her voice is great. I have heard Leaf Size, but sometimes I'm terrible with people's names. like,
Yeah,
like
absolutely. The way she is singing on Your Soul That Lingers in Me is
it's different from
different
Leaf
from
Size.
what she's singing or how she's using her voice in Leaf's Eyes. And we absolutely love that.
Yeah, was that a conscious decision for her? Did you ask her like, "Hey, can you do like something different voice," or did she listen to the track and say, "I want to do it in a different style"?
Yeah, no, I think that was Andy's idea to
Mm.
try to do it a little bit different. And yeah, if the outcome is that great, it was
Yeah, and the
okay.
good thing is like I like it when you there's albums that have a guest star and the guest spot actually does something on the track, because there's nothing worse than having a guest spot that really doesn't do anything in the
Yeah.
track. And I'm like, then why did you have that person on the track to begin with? So Torsten, you working on a lot of like the music composing, like was there a track on this record for you that that maybe was like the most challenging, at least in a musical perspective for you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me just step back one step
Mhm.
for Alex for the song from Hell, because you
Okay.
mentioned it,
Oh yes, I
and
did.
and we have Alex for the growling parts, which is very unusual for us. But both Andy and me felt like as from Hell is a very fast, almost freshy vibe speed song. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, we felt like that it would be great to have some growth there. And for us, all Alex is one of the best growlers that we know. And as he's from the same area, it was a very cool thing to just pick up the phone and he talked with Alex. And so this was uh, not something that needed to develop over months. It was just calling and do you want to take part? And it was yes. And yeah, it felt great, you know.
Yeah.
And
Plus, the song is from hell. You needed those growls to give it that extra evil part.
yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So turn out great. So yeah. So yeah. Thank you for telling me more about that with Alex. So yeah, what I was hinting is like in like you're composing the music, like musically, was there like a song that was hardest for you to go uh, in the musical part of it?
Yeah, yeah. Masquerade Conspiracy was the song that I needed to work on the most, I would say, because it took long until the parts of the song fitted together as for how we hear it now at the final version. You know, it's Milan came up with that great guitar riff in the beginning, which is a very thrashy uh, uh, um, guitar riff, and we had the verse that is almost like it has some Slayer vibes in it, for me at least, and because it's very fast. And we had a part which we call the pre-chorus that was more like melodic death melodies added to the rhythm, and we had Viking guitars in the chorus, and we worked. I don't know. It was several weeks until we had the parts together that it fitted to one song, because it was has very different parts, and so it took a lot of work in the arrangements to have it in the final version and to have it satisfied for us to be worth being on the album. And meanwhile, we love the song so much that I'm pretty sure the song will make it to the live set list.
Awesome. So something that I know you guys are have very known for power metal, but I think like you're pushing the genre of power metal on this record because you have those growls, you have like different elements to not like yes, mainly to the core it's power metal, but you're mixing different genres. Like you said, that song has like a fast paced thing, like a Slayer, which is like different in power metal. How important for you guys, being in the game for so long now, making like this, like saying like, yes, we are a power metal band, but we like to experiment and not be because sometimes when you're confined to a genre, like oh, you have to sound this way, uh, but you guys mix different elements to the music. Like, is that a conscious decision that you always make to push those boundaries out of not being like pigeonholed into a genre?
Yes, definitely. It was always something that uh, uh, we always say we have for sure a certain part of the music is typical Brainstorm DNA, but we want
Mhm.
to be allowed to, and we allow ourselves to look a bit left and right of only the genre typics. And I think that uh, is what makes Brainstorm at least a little bit special and a little bit standing out, because you listen to Brainstorm and you know it's a Brainstorm song, but there's always a place for some surprises, which we like very much.
Yeah, I think like at least there's a lot of bands that maybe so deep in their career they can rest on their laurels and like just like I don't want to say half-ass it, but like on cruise control. But it sounds like you guys are still pushing the boundaries of what brainstorm sound is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we're pushing ourselves because we don't want to release the same album over and over again. And as we love what we're doing, we love creating new songs and we love creating with different influences without losing our roots too much.
Hmm.
So I think that's a good formula for us, and uh, we don't we don't want to sit down and say, well, now we release an album and that's okay. It's We want to love everything we bring out, and it's every new album is like a new baby, and we give everything we have, 110 10,000% to make it the best album possible.
Yeah, no, and it shows. So, uh, from this new album, do you have a favorite song to play live?
It's We haven't played one song live yet because the album comes out 28th of February. But we are very looking forward to uh, play at least 4 or 5 songs on the release shows we will do directly when the album comes out. We do a small release show run, which is kind of very untypical. Usually we go 4, 6, 8 weeks after the album release. We're doing a
Mhm.
tour, and this time we didn't want to wait another 4 or 6 weeks because Wall of Skulls has been 3.5 years uh, uh, since the last album. So we go out and we can't wait. It's for sure the Shepherd Girl, the single that came out just today, is one of the band favorites, and it feels great to play it in the rehearsing room as well as Garuda and Beyond Enemy Lines, so the opening track. So those three will for sure make it in the set list.
Yeah, the music video. Where do you guys film the music video?
That was a very interesting weekend we spent in the very east part of Germany. It was an very old house and it was so cold there during the whole weekend. We recorded that at the beginning of April already, but it is a house like they are renting furnitures and decoration stuff for theaters.
No.
And we have been searching for stuff like that to use it in the video. And when I found that location, I phoned with the owner and we talked about, can you send it to us, or do you know a place where we can have that recorded? And she said, well, I'm actually living there. It's my warehouse is directly there, and it's a very old building, very interesting with uh, uh, um, different rooms you can use, and you can use all the decoration. So we spent a weekend there. Uh, what we haven't thought of is that actually there was no working heating in the house, so we all have been freezing like hell, but it was very cool. I think when
You
you
can't
when you
tell when you watch the music video that you guys were freezing.
no, definitely not. So, but it was so cool, and yeah, it was another great experience. It's
Yeah,
we wouldn't
but
have.
the scenes of the girl in the desert, was that filmed somewhere else? Obviously.
Yes, obviously, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
our video producer included in the video.
Okay. Well, it turned out great, and I would have never guessed that you were in a cold house.
No,
Uh,
no, no,
like
no.
the music, the magic of music videos. You guys are are freezing, and so it was a whole weekend. Well, it turned out great. So that music video, I'm gonna post the link for people who want to see that music video because
Cool.
it's the latest for the album. So you mentioned some release show dates. When are those going to be?
We will start album releases February 28th, and we will
Hmm.
start the night before February 27th, and we do a short 10 show run, Germany, Switzerland, and Netherlands, to present the album to our European fans. And after that, we're preparing immediately for the summer festivals, and then for hopefully a big tour in fall, which we're actually working on.
Great. So yeah, it sounds like you are going to have a very busy year, and so yeah, I saw the on the promo. I saw that I had the dates. So you're going to be in yeah in different places like Europe. Like some of them I can't say,
No
but
problem.
yeah, but mostly in Germany. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool time. So yeah, seems like you guys have everything. Like it's gonna be a big year for the band, and you've been around such a long time. So, Torsten, I want to thank you for taking some time to chat with me about Plague of Rats, music, and everything. So, Couchers, the album's out February the 28th. If you like power metal, but power metal that experiments with different sounds. Check them out. So, Torsten, anything that you like to say to the fans before we go?
And well, first of all, thanks for having me. And to all our fans, thanks for your amazing support we have for more than 2 decades now. And thanks for
Mhm.
still having us, and thanks for still welcoming us wherever we come and play. So, yeah, we cannot be thankful enough, and we absolutely appreciate all the support we get still.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, 2 decades. Yeah, it's been that's what a lot of bands aspire to have that long career.
Absolutely. It's album number 14. Whoever would guess that in the beginning.
Did you say 40 or 14?
14.
Okay,
14.
I thought I heard 40. I'm like, wow, that's
No,
a lot
no,
of records.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
14.
14 is still an impressive amount of records. 40 would have meant that you guys you were always writing music
Yeah.
without a break. Yeah. So yeah, Torsten, thank you for joining me from Germany here to Puerto Rico. So Couchers, you heard it, the new album out February 28th, Brainstorm, Plague of Rats. I'm gonna post the link for people who want to pre-order and support the band. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.